Yeah, I love it. I love going out there competing every night with my teammates, trying to go out there and just trying to stop somebody, whoever trying to score on me. I just want to stop them every time.
What's up, Knicks fans? Ray B, sport performance, corrective exercise, and movement coach, back again for the Knicks Wall. This time to discuss Quentin Grimes and the things that I think he should be doing to take that next step in his progression during his offseason work. Now, if you've been following along with us, we broke down a manual quickly, and the same thing kind of holds true, like I said before, in that each player is going to have a different offseason program. And right now, we're going to break down Grimey.
Okay, Grimey.
And the things that he should be doing to take that next step. Grimes has got that dog in him at every level. His coaches, Tibbs, his trainers, they all back that up.
He wanted to prove to you that he could earn minutes this year. Was that something that he talked to you about, or was it more through action?
No, you don't talk about those things. It's like this league is about what you earn, and everything matters. He treats practice like a game. He's there early. He practices extremely hard. So that's why he's earned his way.
His ferocious, fierce competitiveness is stuff that you can't really teach, and he's got it. So very basically, a subluxation can really occur in the shoulder and the knee.
Looks like his leg buckled on right knee. It's a clean screen by P.J. Tucker.
What it means very simply is that the patella was not where it's supposed to be. That circular bone at the top of your kneecap, it wasn't where it had to be. It was like a train off the tracks. He did that in late February and was back at a full contact practice in early March. Subluxations of the knee have held guys out for months. Grimes came back in weeks. That's incredible. Now, towards the end of last season with that subluxation, Grimes missed some games. He was in, he was out, he was in, he was out, and that was frustrating, and a lot of people thought that it was going to be a prolonged problem, but I really don't think it's going to be a prolonged problem. That type of injury is not degenerative. It's not going to be something that gets worse over time. The patella goes back to where it needs to be. You strengthen the quad tendon, the patella tendon, the areas around it. You're good to go. Get out there. For example, he does not worry me nearly as much as Cam Reddish's Achilles or Nerlens Noel's knee or even Derrick Rose's ankle. Now, all that being said, I would still love to see Grimes working on that right leg to develop a little bit more stability and strength in that quad tendon and patella tendon, just to make sure that a subluxation is something that never occurs again for him. Something like a wall sit, or even as advanced as a single leg wall sit, which is a very difficult thing to do. Single leg stance on a foam pad, or a single leg squat on a foam pad. If you're standing on a foam pad, your knee and ankle are going to wobble like crazy until it doesn't. Boom, you've got stability. Now transfer that to a basketball court. That knee is going to be virtually bulletproof, and that's what we're looking for. A knee that isn't going to twist and a knee that isn't going to turn, and that's going to be able to get him through 82 games strong and healthy. Now, to make sure that Quentin Grimes doesn't miss any time this season, fingers crossed, as that he's going to need to increase his load tolerance. Last year, he was averaging about 17 minutes a game, 17 and a half minutes a game. And if he's looking to move up into the 20, 24, 25-minute area range, he's going to need to increase that load tolerance. What that means is that you're only able to do as much as your body can do. If he's used to playing 17 minutes, then anything over 17 minutes is going to start to wear on his body a lot quicker than before. Ramping his workouts up slowly in the offseason is just the way to do that. Going from 20% to 40 to 60 and so on until you're able to get to that level of, let's say, 17 minutes, and then make progress above that without getting exhausted and breaking down. Because remember, if you have an exhausted athlete and you keep adding stress to them, they're going to break. It would kind of be like if Goku went straight to Super Saiyan 3 and then had to go right to heaven because he used all of his energy. Except for Grimes, heaven would be the bench.
No, stop it, Goku! If you do this now, it's going to drain away all the time you have left on Earth. And I'd say you need every second of it as it is.
Now, for Grimes to put himself in better positions on the court to succeed, I think amplifying his already good footwork and shiftiness is something that's going to be very important. For example, not necessarily the exact same thing, but if you know what a 3-cone drill is in the NFL, something like that, going side to side, back and forth, that can really demonstrate how quick you can be. Lateral movement is something that's going to be massively important. We know he can run. We've seen it. Can he move side to side even quicker? Get around screens, get through screens, get to the basket. Using a speed ladder. Not necessarily going forward and backward on it, but using it laterally. You can do stuff like Muhammad Ali, like shuffles going up and down the ladder, quick 2 feet in, 2 feet out type situations, turning and pivoting off of these different cones that you have set up and blasting off down the court. Things like that are going to be, one, practical for basketball, and also really help him get better at just that, being shifty, being quick, and being twitchy. So, in my opinion, before Grimes goes ahead and works on all of that shiftiness and fast twitch back and forth movement, he needs to get those ankles and knees stable. He needs to make sure that that knee is bulletproof and those ankles are stable. Because if they're not, trying to go back and forth, up and down and side to side on a speed ladder or otherwise, you run the risk for lateral ankle sprains and potential knee tweaks. If he's bulletproofing those ankles and knees, that's not going to be a problem. We're going to see a much quicker and faster Grimes if that's the case. Now, if Grimes does in fact stabilize those knees and ankles before going and moving into that quick, fast, twitchy lateral movement workout style, he's going to make big strides and it's going to be very obvious on the court. And not only that, he's going to be able to do it safely. And like I said with Emmanuel quickly, I do not think that Grimes needs to be setting personal records or personal bests in the gym with compound lifts or otherwise. Yeah, definitely do some tricep work, do some chest work, and do other work of that nature to get stronger and more functional, but leave it at that. I don't think he needs to be putting, 2 wheels aside on a bar and just benching it for reps. Seeing what his personal record benches, not going to make a difference. He's 6'4", 210. At least that's what he was listed as. Why get bigger? He's just going to have to recalibrate his shot. Like I said, you only have one off season. It's not worth it. He does not need to be adding crazy big size. It's not important. At least right now. I'm really excited to see what Grimes is going to be able to do after this offseason. I think he's poised for a nice leap going into his second year, and he always seems to be in good spirits as long as nobody steals his pencils.
Wow, you got pencils with your name on them, just like a pencil company executive. I'd give anything for one of these.
Any office supply company can have them made up for you.
Can I have this one?
No.
Can Lenny have it?
No.
For the Knicks Wall, I'm Ray B, and remember, when you move better, you feel better.